Phonetics, representing speech sounds. So when we talk about representing speech sounds, we want to be able to represent all speech sounds. That is, all the sounds that people make in any language. And we hope to find a system by which we can represent any speech sound from any language. Most alphabets that are language specific, and that's what an alphabet is for the most part, they have problems. English has lots of problems. One problem that we see with just about all alphabetic systems that represent languages is redundancy. And what I mean by this is that we have more than one symbol that can represent the same sound. So for example, pusher has that SH that represents the sh sound, and pressure has that SS that represents the same sh sound. So that's redundant, two different ways of representing the same sound. We also have an example like peace, peace, bees, and deceive. We have four different ways of representing that E sound. And another one would be cut and kite, where we have C and K both representing the same cut sound. And then another one would be feel and file, where we have that F and PH representing the same F sound. Another issue is sort of the inverse of that. It's ambiguity, where the same symbol can represent more than one sound. So for example, in the word cinch, we have that C at the beginning representing a S sound, whereas in the word conch, we have the letter C representing a K sound. And similarly, in cinch, the CH represents a Ch sound, and in conch, the CH represents a K sound. It's ambiguity. Another example of ambiguity would be the N in finger represents the ng sound, whereas the N in Finnish represents the n sound. So that's ng versus n. And then we've got the ambiguity in what, where the A represents a, and the word that, where the A represents a. So a versus a. And then another issue is that we want a good system for representing speech sounds should have a one-to-one correspondence of sound and symbol. But in most alphabetic systems, that doesn't hold. So again, to use English, we see that the th sound in this is a single sound represented by two letters. So that TH represents the th sound, but it is only one sound. I remember way back when I got in an argument with my mom about this. She was convinced that she was actually pronouncing an H whenever she saw the TH. No, it's not. She was just wrong. She was right about almost everything except that. Another example would be the SH in push, which again is a single sound, sh, and the CK in back, which I think we all intuitively grasp. That's just ka. That's not two sounds. And likewise, the OO in boot is just one vowel sound, oo. It's not pronouncing the O twice or something like that. Another example of this would be muse, where we have two sounds that U represents, a Y sound followed by an oo sound, U, muse. And also the X, which is kind of notorious for this. That symbol in the English alphabet usually represents two different sounds, but it's only one symbol. So that's, again, that inverse of the previous four that we looked at. In this case, we've got one symbol representing two sounds. With that goal in mind, we have the International Phonetic Alphabet, which was put together by the International Phonetic Association. And so their goal is to come up with an alphabet that can represent the speech sounds of any language, and one where there is, in fact, a one-to-one correspondence of sounds and symbols. That's the goal. Should be able to be used for any language, and to indicate that we are using the International Phonetic Alphabet and not writing a letter from some other alphabet, say English, we put brackets around the different phones. So we call them phones, not letters. So the symbols represent sounds. So for example, if we put brackets around what looks like the letter T, it represents the sound T. And that's the same sound that we find at the beginning of the word taught, as well as the end of the word taught. So the International Phonetic Alphabet, its purpose is to come up with a systematic way of representing the sounds of any language with a one-to-one correspondence of sounds to symbols.